Lots of brand new motorcycles coming for 2025. Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So, lots of new motorcycles are coming in 2025. Well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work that one out. However, interestingly, there are quite a few manufacturers who are launching with lower CC, but using the platform to generate many more variants of that bike. So for example, Aprilia are bringing out a 20475 motorcycle. They've already bought a road going fared version. They're going to be bringing an off-road mini adventure bike, if you like. They're doing it just like many other manufacturers are coming down in CC and offering a lot more motorcycle, a lot more capable motorcycle, but on a smaller platform and lower CC. And I've talked about this almost relentlessly in the past. BMW recently released their scooters of 400cc single cylinder motorcycles. They're coming in a GT version and an X version as well. They've also got electric bikes in their CE02 and their CE04 concept. That's likely to come out as well. You've got Royal Enfield who just keep on pumping out more and more bikes. Incidentally, they've just released their sales figures for this last year and they've hit an all-time high. So there are motorcycle manufacturers out there that are going to be bringing out a lot more motorcycles. In fact, at the Milan Motorcycle Show right now, the EICMA, Royal Enfield are going to be unveiling a brand new batch or a group of electric motorcycles that they're going to bring to the market, presumably in 2025. So you've got BMW, Aprilia, and you've also got Royal Enfield, are just but three of a whole host of motorcycle manufacturers who are bringing out new motorcycles for 2025, and they're coming away from the big engine, the big expensive motorcycles, and they're coming away to something that's a lot more affordable. I've been talking about this for so long, I've forgotten even when I started the conversation. It's been that long. So where does this leave other motorcycle manufacturers? If the trend of many other motorcycle manufacturers is to produce a variety of engine sizes, of styles of motorcycles, then you've got the likes of Indian motorcycles who they're not as varied as certainly as I would like, but I give them praises for what they try to do in terms of the FTR. But then you got the likes of Harley Davidson, for example, which I've always criticized for not having this variety in their lineup. But they can produce these bikes if they really wanted to. In collaboration with Hero Motorcycles of India, they did produce the X440 for the Indian market. With QJ Motor of China, they produced the X350 and the X500 for the Asian market. So they can produce these motorcycles, granted, so far in collaboration with other manufacturers, but they do have the know-how to produce smaller bikes. So my question is, if your sales are tanking right now because their financial quarterly statement just came out, and let's face it, it's not good reading. It's not good reading for them. It's not good reading for anybody who's invested in Harley Davidson, and it's not good reading if you're a fan or even just a worker of Harley Davidson. We know that dealerships are closing all over the place. Dealers just can't sell the bikes. They can't get them out the door quick enough. There's a glut of Harley Davidsons in the marketplace that just can't be sold. I get messages on a daily basis, no exaggeration, of people telling me about dealerships in different parts of the world, and they're just chock-a-block with Harley Davidsons that just cannot be sold. They're sending me videos, they're sending me newspaper clippings, they're sending me pictures, all sorts of things of the same story. Now, I could bring that to you on a video, but essentially, it's the same story. It's the same thing repeated over and over again. I've talked about my local dealership here. It closed its doors and now it's just being stripped to bare bones, the building that is. So where does a company like Harley Davidson go if all these other manufacturers are bringing brand new motorcycles out and they're bringing out with more variety? I talked extensively about Triumph, how great that they're doing in terms of bringing more variety to the market. And I've talked about other manufacturers doing exactly the same. And other manufacturers have always done this. But Harley Davidson want to stand fast and not do this. But they do have the capability. So you've got to ask yourself, why? What is the agenda here? What's going on by those at the top? Now, in all fairness, I'm going to step back just 1 second, because every year I do tend to have a little bit of a moan granted, at Harley Davidson for not coming out with any information, for not coming out with any news about motorcycles they're going to bring out for 2025. Although this year at the Italian Motorcycle Show at EICMA, they're going to be there for the first time in 5 or 6 years. So you're just wondering, well, what are they going to bring us? What are they going to tell us that we don't already know? Are they going to be bringing us motorcycles with shock and awe and wisdom and flights of fancy? Or is it just going to do the same old drab affair that they usually put through on their motorcycle shows? It's got to be bringing something new. And if they said to me as a customer, if they said to me, right, as for the European market or the United States market, we're going to bring out another motorcycle similar to the X440 or a range of motorcycles that were smaller or something that was in the 1000cc mark or 1500cc that was different, but also that could match on price. And I talked about motorcycles that were in the region of about 800cc that are hitting that £10,000 to £12,000 mark. Then if Harley Davidson can do the same kind of thing and deliver the same kind of performance and give the same kind of value, then I'd sit up and pay attention. But Harley Davidson are not doing that. Harley Davidson are not going to bring you the same kind of brand new motorcycles, albeit in their own style, of course, right? Because why be generic when you should be individual? But they're not going to bring you anything new. But other manufacturers are definitely bringing you something new. So 2025 could be an exceptional year for motorcycling. Motorcycles could just fly out the door, but they won't be the big expensive ones. They're going to be the cheaper derivatives. They're going to be the ones that you can get on and have a lot of fun on and just go to all the places that you would normally go to. And it won't break the bank to buy them either. Where does this leave Harley Davidson? If January comes around and they're still trying to play the same tune, well, you can expect it to only get worse. Now, granted, they've had this whole DEI fiasco that's affected their sales, possibly, but the downturn in their sales has been going on for a long, long time. In fact, if you read some of the comments in some of these videos on Harley Davidson, you know that people have been talking about the downturn for so many years that you wouldn't even fathom it. I find it very interesting that motorcycle manufacturers out there have listened to the marketplace, have understood where the market is going, not only in terms of developing countries, but also in the developed countries, in the Western world. And they've listened to what people have been saying. And then you're going to get YouTube channels or commentators like myself who's going to sing their praises because they're doing something that people want. They're delivering a product that people want. They not only can aspire to a certain degree, but also they can just afford in a realistic, pragmatic way. And also they're just going to have lots and lots of fun on that machine. But any manufacturer that doesn't deliver that service or doesn't deliver that product is not going to have their praises sung by a channel like mine. Now, there's going to be lots of other commentators out there, lots of other YouTube channels that say, oh, this £30,000 motorcycle, dollar motorcycle is absolutely amazing. It might be amazing, but very few people are going to want to buy it. Very few people can afford to buy it. The majority of people are going to buy used bikes, or they're going to be buying new, cheaper motorcycles. That's the reality. It's no surprise that manufacturers, and I've said this before repeatedly, manufacturers like Honda, they are such a huge motorcycle manufacturer, the largest in the world, where they're selling millions of units a year, because 80% of those motorcycles globally are scooters, or small motorcycles. That's the reason why they're the biggest motorcycle manufacturer in the world, because they not only deliver what people want, they deliver what people can afford, but they also manufacture really cool, high-performance motorcycles that people can really aspire to. Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute that companies like Harley Davidson or Indian should act in any way like Honda. But what I've said repeatedly is that manufacturers like Harley Davidson are going to be left behind if they don't react to trends, if they don't react to buying patterns like other manufacturers have clearly done. There are so many brand new motorcycles coming out for 2025. You just got to watch this space. I'll be talking about individual bikes as they come out, and certainly next year I'll talk about any new news as well. But pay attention to what other manufacturers are doing. Whether you like their style or not, it's kind of irrelevant. What are they doing? Are those motorcycles selling? And what are companies like Harley Davidson doing? And clearly, what are they not selling? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, well, just keep on watching the videos and I'll catch you again. Bye now.